During Emperor Yongjung's reign in the Qing dynasty, a covert death squad was created, the Guillotines. Their task: eliminate anyone who dared to oppose the emperor. Backed by absolute power, the Qing government ruled mercilessly, crushing the Ha people under its control. In response, a massive rebellion ignited, led by a fierce rebel named Tian Lang, known as the Herders. His growing army vowed to end the regime's cruelty. One night, while rallying with his men, Tian Lang uncovered a traitor in their midst and swiftly executed him. But the betrayal had already triggered disaster. Moments later, the guillotines stormed in, led by Lang and armed with razor. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is where things get wild. We're talking guillotines, sharp spinning blades that killed without mercy. This crew: Muzin, Hui, Chentai, Hutu, Shu, and Buka, a six-pack of pure mayhem. Bam! The rebels are toast, right? Wrong. Enter Tian Lang, a one-man wrecking crew dodging death like a disco ball. But oh, a sneaky blade finds its mark. But he's still alive. The mysterious Lang just smirks and then, kapow! He is captured, his fate sealed, and then discovers the truth. These guillotines aren't just hired thugs. They are elite Manchu assassins, brainwashed and brutal, wiping out anyone who even thought about dissing the Qing dynasty. The very next morning, Tian Lang finds himself in a dungeon, and then Lang confronts him, demanding the rebels. Alright, buckle up, history buffs. Tian Lang, cool as a cucumber, facing the executioner's block. Boom! Suddenly, a masked ninja drops from the sky. It's a full-blown rebel raid, King soldiers scrambling. Just when the rebels think they've got this, wham! The guillotines roll out. Nguyen launches her blade, Tian Lang grabs her as a hostage. She shouts, "Chop anyway." Talk about dedication. But wait, the rebels have one final trick. Kaboom! Hidden bombs, the city's shaking, and when the dust clears, both Tian Lang and Nguyen, poof, gone. This kicks off a war in the shadows, where nobody is who they say they are. The Empire's secret weapon has turned into its biggest problem. Prepare for the guillotines. Back at the temple, Commander Gong Ye has taken command. Hold on to your hats, folks. Get this, they held a funeral for Muzin. Can you believe it? Without even checking if she was, dead. No search party. No, are you sure? No. Then, Emperor Chenlong, that sneaky devil, unleashed the guillotines again to hunt down Tian Lang. And to smoke him out, they nabbed a rebel named Bilin as bait. But wait, there's more. Flashback time. Dun Dun Duin, Lang and Hadu, childhood besties. They were supposed to be prince's bodyguards. But the Emperor, in his infinite wisdom, split them up. Hadu got the fancy schooling, Lang got the guillotine gang. But Hadu felt the sting of injustice. He thought Lang deserved better. What a bro. Meanwhile, Muzin's alive, imprisoned, briefly freed for a beating, then right back to her ropes. And Bon, thrown down a well, threatened with death. Hadu's like, whoa, that's not cool. But Lang doesn't care. He marches the guillotines away, leaving Hadu steaming. What a twist. Behind, alone, Hadu stayed to watch over Bon. Shortly after, Lang and his team arrived in Wuhan and spotted Tian Lang rallying the villagers, urging them to stand up for their rights. The guillotines prepared to strike, but froze when they saw armed villagers ready to fight back. Tensions spiked. Before anyone moved, city guards stormed in, giving Tian Lang the perfect cover to vanish. Later, Lang questioned a merchant and learned someone had recently bought cattle and a large supply of gunpowder. He was sure it was Tian Lang, and the chase resumed. In a hidden camp, Tian Lang freed Muzin from her restraints, but instead of gratitude, she attacked him. He defended himself, brought her down, then walked away, realizing she still refused to hear him out. Meanwhile, Shu wandered into a small village and was robbed. He chased the thief home and beat him until he saw the man starving children. Something shifted. Shu backed off, gave the man the money, and left behind his imperial medal. On the other hand, Lang and the guillotines attended a puppet show that ended with a brutal scene. 1. Okay, buckle up, folks, because things are about to get wild. We just witnessed some seriously savage puppet action, limb lopping, the whole shebang. But hold on, the real drama is backstage, a flurry of red paper scraps, a chaotic crime scene of cryptic clues. Our man Hadu, the Sherlock Holmes of the illiterate, deciphers the message. It's from Tian Lang, pointing them towards a shop called Chu. Cue dramatic music. Lang and Hadu burst into the shop to find a revolution. Tian Lang, that sneaky devil, has liberated the villagers. He's dropping truth bombs about the dynasty's cruelty, basically saying, they're awful, let's fight back. And then, the creep factor, Tian Lang gets way too close to Lang, triggering some seriously messed up childhood memories. Hadu tries to intervene, but bam! Mobbed by villagers, Tian Lang makes his escape again. But wait, a child appears with a pair of shoes bearing the Imperial medal. Lang flashes back to the puppet. Talk about a cliffhanger. Shu, the severed leg. He ran to the well where Shu had last been seen guarding Bon. Then he found Shu bleeding out. His leg had been cut off. He was dying. At that moment, Lang realized that the puppet show had been more than entertainment. It was a message, a warning from Tian Lang. Furious, he stormed into the puppet theater and killed the puppeteer on the spot. The act triggered public outrage. Villagers clashed with the guillotines in a tense standoff, forcing the squad to retreat. After burying Shu, Lang and his team regrouped. Their next target was a remote settlement, isolated, marked by red papers, and filled with smallpox victims. No outsiders ever went there. The guillotines were sure it was another rebel base. In the end, they set the entire village on fire. Not long after, Tian Lang soon discovered the safe house had been destroyed. In response, he sent a new coded leaflet calling for a meeting with Lang. He offered a trade museum for Bilin. Before the exchange, Hadu warned Lang to walk away. He knew how dangerous Tian Lang was, but Lang wouldn't back down. He was ready to risk everything to bring Musen home. At that moment, Hadu revealed a harsh truth. Once Tian Long took the throne, the guillotines would be disbanded, replaced by modern troops. This mission to eliminate Tian Lang would be Lang's last. Lang agreed. After it ended, he would dissolve the team and give his comrades a chance at freedom. He planned to join Hadu afterward. Meanwhile, Tian Lang gave Musen a meal and the truth. His father was executed by beheading for writing about the Ming dynasty, a crime in the eyes of the king court. Often, he raised his siblings alone until Emperor Yongzheng ordered Gong Ye, Musen's father, to wipe them out. The guillotines slaughtered the children. Only Tian Lang survived. Since then, he had lived in the shadows. Carrying that pain, Musen was shaken. The truth cut deep, especially knowing guillotines were rewarded with silver for every head they took. Their kills turned into trophies displayed in temples. Then came. Hold on to your hats, folks. It's go time. Collision. Picture this, the day of the big swap. Handshake. Tian Lang and Lang are face to face, ready to trade. Musen's deal is this close to being done. Pinching hand, but bam, Collision. Hadu crashes the party with his goons, guns blazing. Gun even shoots poor Bon. Ambulance. Mayday, mayday. Chaos erupts. Exploding head. Lang, seeing red, roars at Hadu, demanding answers. But Hadu's ice-cold face it's the Emperor's orders. Emperor Chenlong. With Bon clinging to life, Musen and Tian Lang heroically scoop her up, battling the Emperor's forces as they flee. Running dash against all odds, they somehow survive the insane ambush. Zany face. Word of the fiasco reaches Emperor Chenlong. Pouting, he freaks. The guillotines? Traitors. Fearful face. Heads must roll. Axe. Lang, realizing they've been royally screwed, yells at his team to scatter. Runner. Male sign runner, female sign runner, male sign running dash. They're being replaced by a shiny new army. Robot. This whole mission? A setup. Angry, the team's furious, but Lang begs them to survive and fight for their freedom. Dove. The Emperor issued a public decree. Anyone who killed a guillotine would be rewarded. The hunt began. One by one, they were tracked down and slaughtered. Lang was left shattered. His team was gone, wiped out despite his efforts. At one moment, he confronted Hadu in a fury, but Hadu snapped back, blaming Lang for everything. Then, without warning, Hadu shot him and pushed him off a cliff. Surprisingly, Lang survived. Tian Lang found him barely alive and brought him to a remote village. There, surrounded by peaceful villagers, Lang felt something unfamiliar. Peace. He asked why he had been spared. Tian Lang answered simply. He pied Lang, a man who had lost his purpose, just like so many. Alright, buckle up buttercups. Lang's chilling with reformed guillotine enthusiast Musen, who's traded chopping heads for herding sheep. Talk about a career change. Seems all that innocent bloodshed gave her a serious case of the gills. But hold the phone. Lang drops a truth bomb on Tian Lang. He's secretly Ha. Gasp. In a world where being Ha meant being treated like dirt, Emperor Yongzheng pulled a switcheroo to protect little Tian Lang's gig. But guess what? Tian Lang's convinced Lang's still gonna off him. Fast forward to Emperor Tianlong unleashing a whole lot of armed fury on the village. It's evacuation time. While the civilians bolt, Lang, Musen, Tian Lang, and a brave crew stay to defend their turf. And who's leading the charge with all the guns and cannons? None other than Hadu. It's an all-out, explosive showdown. Okay, buckle up, folks, because things just went from bad to worse. Collision. In the heat of battle, she bites the dust, right in Lang's arms. Talk about a gut punch. Heartbreak, grief levels critical, and Lang crumbles as the world explodes around him. But Hadu, he's ice cold. Fire, he unleashes hell on the Ha village, torching everything. And just when you thought it couldn't get darker, he traps Lang and Tian Lang at the edge of a freaking cliff. Fearful faced Tian Lang, knowing the jig is up, makes the ultimate request, a mercy killing. Pleading face with a heart heavier than a boulder, Lang delivers, beheading his former foe. Fast forward, they're back at the palace with Tian Lang's head. Talk about a party favor. Party popper Emperor Qianlong is ecstatic, hailing it as a Qing dynasty victory. But hold your horses because Lang's got one last bombshell to drop. He warns the Emperor that, face with raised eyebrow,